So are we live yet? Are we live? We're live, aren't we? Okay. Welcome. So, another episode of APT Lunchtime Chat. I'm Israel Ellis, and today I've got Mitch Small. He's our project manager, and I've got Yuri from our New York office, and we've got a lot to talk about today. I brought Mitch in because one of our efforts in terms of improving customer service and providing excellence in everything that we do has a lot to do with project management. When we bring on new customers and even when we upgrade our current customers, and we're dealing with issues of discovery and customizations, which we do a lot of. One of the key people behind making sure everything gets done and coordinating everything is our project manager professional, and that is Mitch Small, who's here with us today. Hi, Mitch.
How's it going, Izzy?
You came down the hall.
It was a far trip.
All right, and you know, you're not really sure what to say.
No, but
Okay.
I mean, so what is a project? A project is something that has a beginning and an end, and it's not something that reoccurs. So what I get involved in is mainly stuff that needs to get finished and has an end date. And what I find really important, and I'm learning more and more, is we need to get engaged with sales right in the initiation phase to understand the scope and make sure that whatever is being sold is feasible and makes sense and is we can accomplish it in the timelines that,
Sure.
that's
Well,
promised, right? It's just, you got to set expectations.
And this
right.
is a big part of the discovery process.
yeah.
And so what sets you up for success? Once a project is on the go and customers waiting, what is it that really sets you up for success in terms of being able to coordinate everything right to the finish line?
Well, I mean, knowing what's involved and having the time to plan it properly and not being rushed.
So having complete clarity.
Right, and everyone needs to have a common understanding. So you cannot move forward with a planning phase until everyone understands exactly what's going to happen.
Okay, and you've got a great team behind you, which is really, really important.
Really good team.
And I think the customer plays a big role in this too.
They have to. Yeah, they have to.
Sure. So the user plays a huge role in this and being engaged and making sure that clarity sounds like it's the most important thing.
There's a lot of back and forth and just building that relationship with the customer and making sure that their needs are met and our needs are met. I mean, there's always extras and things customers add on that you don't expect to come up, and if that's not part of the scope, then that creates additional cost for a company, and
sure.
that needs
So
to be addressed, right?
but it requires a lot of flexibility.
Right, but it's really important to understand exactly what's going to happen in that project before you get started.
Okay, and you know what? One of the things I've noticed about Advanced Pro and about our project management team is their flexibility and their willingness to make adjustments and to work with the customers. But at the end of the day, an organized project and people working together as a team, and I'm not just talking about internally to Advanced Pro, but I'm also talking about the customer.
Part of the team.
The customer is part of the team, and that makes everything flow through because that makes for a less of a stressful environment when we're trying to get things done. And you know what? However you put it, when you're putting together anyone that's been involved in technology, application, solution, transitions, change management, all that is very stressful. So speaking of stress, we've got a team with us this week down in sunny Orlando, Florida at the Scaling New Heights show. And we're just going to go ahead and take a peek at what's going on there and see how they're juggling things. And we've got Darren over there, and Darren and Daryl and the double Ds we like to call them, and they're presenting solutions to a bunch of resellers and
in Disneyland.
In
right?
Disneyland, that's right. They're having a great time. So along with Scaling New Heights, we'll let them continue over there. We've got Yuri here with us, and what we're going to talk about is a really important function that has come out with version 9. It's really an incredible function, actually, and we call it the RMC tool. And that stands for the Resource Management Console. And I'll tell you, having a background in supply chain management and logistics, one of the things that troubled me most when I was using Advanced Pro was not being able to know how much resources or human, can I say how much? I can say that. How much human resources I needed to fulfill the orders that were in the system for that day. So if we had 150 orders in the system and we might have had 1,000 SKUs to fill, the question is, well, how many man hours do I need? And the other part is that how do I go back and make sure that I've got that all budgeted correctly? So we came up with this fantastic module. We call it the RMC. And actually, I'd like to invite Yuri, who's with us here, to talk a little bit more about it and show us how it works. Yuri, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. All right, so just to introduce the module, or to outline what it does, it allows you to calculate your resources for the day, or for a month, or for a week. It's really up to you based on future expectations. You can preset values against products or against orders, and the system will calculate your resources or suggest resources to be used for a particular day. So the first requirement would be to, of course, set up the information within the product, and you can actually avoid that if you go straight to the warehouse section and update the orders as you proceed with picking, packing, or shipping. But the initial setup might involve certain information if you have done previous statistics of any kind on the particular process.
So a lot of it has to do with, I mean, again, we're back to teamwork, and we're back to sort of making sure that we get all of the information in there. And the only way that this is going to work is if all the information is inputted correctly. So sometimes we might have to make adjustments throughout the process. We might see that, in fact, something doesn't take that time. You might have to do some time studies. But the point is that the painful part might be trying to get all that information in there.
That's correct.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be a painful process. It's actually a process that can be completed as you go, or as you process orders, and the information will be updated accordingly within the system. Therefore, recalculating future reports based on the new information that was posted.
Okay, let's take a look.
Sure. One way of updating the product, if you have this information handy ahead of time, is if you edit the item and you go to additional info tab, then you'll be able to specify the pick time, the pack time, the ship time, and receive time in seconds. So not only you're able to calculate your resources based on the picking, packing, or shipping, but you also could do that at the receiving stage in the warehouse when you receive your vendor orders. So for example, I'll put let's say 100 seconds, and again, this reference is to seconds. Now, once you put in the information, then this information will be used as you place orders. A quick display or an example of this particular information is we first save it, and let's go place an order.
Now, do I have to put in pick, pack, and ship, or could I put a total value for the entire activity of that event?
In this case, you would have to put a value for picking, packing, or shipping per product, because we're doing it on the product level. But if you go into the order level, then you can also do it per order.
Okay, great.
Okay, so then we'll either select a customer, or you can create a new customer if you're placing a new order. So I'll just quickly add a customer in here for easier reference. And if we search for that customer, we're now able to place an order. And you have a couple of here. So let's do this one. And
that's great.
This one. And then what we're going to do is just, again, for easier reference, I'll call it I'll put a 555 PO number. And then as we proceed, we're able to pick up that product. Let's see. I didn't check if we have stock, and in this case we don't. So a quick way would be to actually update inventory for this particular item.
All right, throw some stock in there.
All right, so I'll just put 100 in inventory.
And not anybody can make that kind of an adjustment. I mean, you'd have to have the administrative permissions in order to make that kind of an adjustment to the stock. And just want to make the mention of that you can't have someone in the warehouse just do that. They'd have to actually have that permission to do that.
That is correct. It depends on your access rights.
Sure.
Now, since we had this screen open, it didn't refresh right away. Now, if you were to add the product again, you would see that the stock is now 100. But if I save it and proceed to the next step, then you'll see that you do have inventory available because it's now in your warehouse. And then we're going to proceed. So what we just did is we processed a custom order and send it to the warehouse for picking. Now you can either click on the shortcut or go to the warehouse, which will take you pretty much to the same screen, but you'll be looking at multiple orders that are currently pending in the warehouse, pending picking.
So let's put in a variable and let's see how that looks.
All right. So for instance, let's assume this is a huge product to pick, or maybe cumbersome. So we assume that it takes 100 seconds to pick this product.
Great. I think we get the idea.
All right. So we'll save it. And once it's saved, then you're able to go ahead and place the order and send it to the warehouse. So there is a customer, I believe, that we can use, which is the one that we've created before.
Okay.
We're going to use 555 for easier reference. Then we can proceed and add the product to the order. Let's use the name.
Always great about Advanced Pros. There's so many different ways of searching for the product that you're looking for, and making it, again, a great example of a easy to use software, very intuitive. And we've got the product in there right now.
Right. So what I did is I placed the order and sent it to the warehouse. When we go to the warehouse, then we're able to select the order, and we can click on the RMC, or the Resource Management Console, which will bring up the following details for you. So basically, if you have one or more orders, you'll see a list of those orders right here, or the ones that you've selected from the list, and you can see the projected value of in hours, based on how many hours it would take to pick all of these orders that you see in the list.
What a fantastic tool, because this is a great way for a manager to project how much labor he's going to need. So I've got all these orders in my system by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm figuring out how much labor am I going to need for the next day based on the orders that have to go out. And this means no one's standing around idle. Everyone's got work to do, and I, as an owner of the company and using Advanced Pro as the technology that's going to bring me an immediate return on investment, because I'm able to save money on labor and the resources that it takes. I've got only the resources I need to do what needs to be done in there. And I love this report. This is just an amazing functionality of Advanced Pro that's just come out.
That's right. And what this screen offers is not only you can specify approximate timing for all of the orders, which will in turn calculate the projected labor for you, or you can use individual order calculation, where you can specify the total amount of projected hours per order, and you can actually go even deeper into the order itself and specify the item specific levels for picking, packing, and shipping, which will in turn produce even greater detailed calculation for you. So you have three various options.
It's a dynamic, intelligent tool that is, the more you pick this order, the more you're picking this type of product for each product, it's actually learning along the way to get the accurate variables in there of what it takes to pick that product.
That's correct. And sorry to interrupt, but
No.
I just wanted to add one more option here. That if you do update the individual item level pick time, pack time, or ship time, you would have an option of updating the actual product information for later calculations.
What a powerful resource, what a powerful tool, and what an excellent example of how Advanced Pro has really advanced to meet the needs to work for our customers and to work for the user. And is this module, is it available in every standard package of Advanced Pro? Is this a standard module, or is this something that people pay for extra, or I think as an ACCP customer, when you are part of ACCP, I think this is something that just comes automatically with your install?
It is an add-on module, but based on the package that you have, it might be included in some versions of the software.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. So, and then this is our report over here. So I've gone ahead and I've done a report, and I hand this off to the accountant, and I say this is what it's going to take us to pick these orders. And I actually now can get a cost on what it's costing me to pick these orders. But you know what I really like about this, Yuri, is that we can figure out backwards as well as what it should have cost us and whether or not we've got the right kind of management managing our warehouse. So it's really a great control system in the sense that you can project your resources and your labor moving forward, and you can go backwards and figure it out if you've met these orders with the correct type of budget.
That's right. This option is available under picking, pack, and shipping, and even shipped orders. So you can historically reference the information if, of course, you've populated the details of how long it took you to pick certain orders in the past.
This is a great, just a great, again, a great function. And are you finding, Mitch, that a lot of your customers are kind of responding to this?
Absolutely, for sure. It's a great feature. You also might want to mention, I mean, you brought up ACCP, and for some of the people watching, they might not know what that is. You might want to just say
okay, that's
quickly
right.
What that is.
Advanced Pro Customer Care Program. It's part of our initiative to bring excellence to Advanced Pro users. And you're absolutely right, because ACCP includes unlimited technical support and unlimited upgrades, and it's really a make sense sort of thing, because ACCP actually provides us with the ability to be sustainable. And I think when you are depending on a technology, when you come to depend on a technology like Advanced Pro, you want to make sure that that company is sustainable. So really becoming part of the ACCP community is a make sense situation.
Yeah, it's like a family. I mean, we get to know our customers on ACCP. It's a builds great relationship builder, and yeah, they rely on us quite a bit.
Right, and so that's it. We got a family of products. We got a family of people. We got a great team behind us here at Advanced Pro. I think we've really focused on the RMC module today. Yuri, did you have anything else to add about this?
I think in general terms, this covers the functionality. It is the first release, so there are many new features that will be coming along in newer versions. But for now, this in overall covers the functionality, but it does provide a lot of great functionality that the customer can use.
Okay, well, I think we got that word functionality in there enough times today. So listen, Yuri, I want to thank you very much. Again, you know, this is another feature of Advanced Pro that is you know, part of a software that makes sense when it comes to business processes. It's a software that is working for you, not you working for the software. And I think that's it for today. I think we're good. We're going to make it a short session, and even though it's lunchtime talk at APT, I've already had my lunch. I'm enjoying my Starbucks coffee. I don't think they're paying for this, so we shouldn't have them over here, but I've got to have my latte every day. And I want to thank everybody out there for watching and for becoming a part of Advanced Pro Tech. I want to thank you, Yuri. Once again, you've explained a feature, a very important feature and function of Advanced Pro beautifully. I can't wait to see what we're going to talk about next. And Mitch, from the project management team, thank you very much for giving us some insight into project management. And to everybody else out there, I want to say, have a great and happy Advanced Pro Tech Day.